Hi, is this thing on? So, this is Chris Hines, hopefully actually broadcasting live now. We just spent the last 10 minutes broadcasting to no one. So, uh, if you can see me, anyone in the other room, we're going to verify this time for sure. Okay, all right. I've got some thumbs up. So anyway, hi, this is Chris Hines, Denver City Council person for District 10. In case you don't know where District 10 is, it is Uptown, Capitol Hill, Golden Triangle, Cheeseman, Congress, Cherry Creek Country Club, Belcaro, and the northern part of Spear, also known as Alamo Placida. We sure we're live this time? Yeah, okay. We're absolutely for real, for shizzle, live, so this is no joke. It was, yeah, so we just spent a few minutes, broadcasting a test pattern, I think. So anyway, I am excited to be here with our fourth weekly live stream. I'm trying to remember what I said here versus what I said a minute ago, so I apologize if I'm rehashing things. But anyway, I want to thank you for tuning in to week 4. And I want to start with Monday was Veterans Day, and I'm really excited that we had the opportunity to attend the groundbreaking ceremony for the Colorado Fallen Heroes Memorial. And that is the ground was broken between the city and county building and the state capitol, so right there at Broadway and Lincoln. And so if you have served in our military, thank you for your service. Thanks to all active and retired military members for serving our country, and thank all of you who have supported our military to help us have the opportunity to live stream on Facebook in front of you. So we were there with Governor Polis, and there were boatload of state legislators as well. So it was really neat to be there with a bunch of elected officials and our military. There was a 2-star general there. So anyway, because it was Veterans Day, we did not have a city council meeting on Monday. Instead, we had it on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we also had the Finance and Governance Committee, where we moved forward the minimum wage bill. And so we'll have actually two more opportunities to talk about minimum wage, both in the full body of City Council. So we're still taking public input. We've done a lot of public input at this point, and so I think the bill is pretty close to being set, not 100%, but so I'm interested in hearing your thoughts about the minimum wage. Do you think that the latest proposal is good, too generous for businesses, too generous for workers, or whatever your thoughts are? So let us know.
A message from someone
on
Facebook about the minimum wage.
Oh.
Because of the private message, I don't know if that's something you want to answer on here rather than a comment.
What's the question?
What is your thought on removing the exception to minimum wage laws that allow people with disabilities to be paid less? And what can we do to help get rid of them?
I don't think we should get rid of people with disabilities. As someone with a disability, I think that's horrible. That hopefully that's not the intent of the question. But yeah, so there, I think that anyone who can perform an honest day's work should get an honest day's wage, and that means if an employer hires someone, then the employer should pay someone. And so I'm against any sort of exceptions for minimum wage. I think that if we're going to have a minimum wage, then we should have a minimum wage, not a minimum wage with exceptions. I guess the only time when I might consider that exception is the tip credit. and that apparently is quite controversial as well. So I would say I'm not as familiar with the tip credit conversation as certainly some, like the Restaurant Association and people who work for restaurants. I also know that that part of the reason why I don't know as much about tip credit is because we can't change it. It's set in state law, and the city has no flexibility over the tip credit. It's $3.05 lower than minimum wage, and that's that. So, but back to the question about people with disabilities, I would feel very frustrated if someone said that I should be paid 15% less on city council just because of who I am. And so I would just put it that way. And thank you for your question. I hope if I haven't answered it in well enough, please let me know. So at the city council meeting on Tuesday night, someone was at the door and then they weren't. On the council meeting on Tuesday night, we voted on the city's 2020 budget, which was more just kind of a little squeak. I think the Tuesday night's vote took all of maybe 2 minutes. And so I would say I'm learning a lot about the budgetary process. I know very little about it, but hey, we're drinking from a fire hose here, and the budget process was already well underway on July 15th when I was inaugurated. And in case you didn't hear, on July 15th, we had no desks. Well, we had a whole bunch of broken desks. We had no functional desks. We had no computers. We had no phones. So it took us a while to figure out how to remedy that. And part of that's the lightning speed of government. So even though we were here technically on July 15th, we had to play some catch up too. So just to make sure that we weren't fully effective on July 15th, I guess is what I'm getting at. So at any rate, we're already working with city officials to get smarter about the budget process and to be more proactive for the 2021 budget. Let's see. So we also talked about common consumption areas, and we approved that. So that allows you and your friends to go to a special area that's set up, and you can buy an alcoholic beverage from one place, your friend can buy one from another place, and then you can meet in the middle in one of these special common consumption areas. And so if you're particular about the kind of alcohol you like and your friends are too, then hopefully this will address that concern. It's not like Bourbon Street in NOLA, New Orleans. It's more like buying a drink at a bar and being able to bring it outside. So, or into the boutique shop next door, so long as they don't also serve alcohol. The idea is alcohol establishment, you can buy and you can exit, but you can't bring your beer into a different alcohol establishment. So anyway, on Wednesday, we participated in a panel with Councilwoman Kniech on affordable housing and communicating an effective affordable housing message. So there were a lot of people there. I didn't realize there were going to be that many people, but I really had a lot of fun with the panelists. I thought hopefully I added my 2 cents, but I also learned a bit about affordable housing. The panel included Councilwoman Kniech. It included 2 developers. It included a couple neighborhood representatives, one neighborhood representative, I guess, and me. So, and there were again several people there. It was really interesting to hear the perspectives of the people in the audience and answer questions about my perspective as a newly elected city council person. So let's see. We also that same day we talked. We talked with the League of Women Voters. That was right by City Park, so slightly outside of District 10. And so it was wonderful to have an opportunity to chat with the League of Women Voters. And 4 of the 5 newly elected city council people were there. So it was actually that was interesting too, because I had never heard why some of my colleagues had decided they wanted to pursue political office. So, obviously during the campaign, we were really affected or really focused on District 10 and hadn't really considered all the other races. So that was fun, and then we went immediately from the League of Women Voters over to the East Central Area Plan workshop at East High School. And if you don't know about it, I strongly urge you, actually if you do know about it, I don't care who you are. If you live in District 10 or have if you live in the East Central Area Plan and have a stake or have a stake in the success of the East Central area, then please learn more about it. The East Central Area Plan includes 4 neighborhoods from District 10, so Uptown, Capitol Hill, Cheeseman, and Congress. It also includes 2 more neighborhoods from District 9, City Park and City Park West. So if you live in, work in, or are interested in any of those 6 neighborhoods, please go learn more about it. The East Central Area Plan website is denvergov.org/East Central Plan, all one word, and that's actually, it will forward you to this other link that's really long, and please, go to denvergov.org/East Central Plan. It's way easy to remember. Okay, so yesterday we had a meeting with a small group to talk about the 5280 trail and how we can move that forward. I'm really interested in the success of the 5280 trail. I think that it is important for us to find alternatives to single occupant vehicles, and the 5280 trail, I believe, is a stick in the sand. It is a strategic decision that we can make as a city to show that we want to move beyond single occupant vehicles. So the the 5280 trail is a 5.28 mile loop that goes around the urban core of Denver. So I also learned this week, is one of the 4 strategic priorities for the Parks Department. And they have this on their 50-year strategic plan. So that's a pretty strong strategy that they had, and they did some surveys and they found that it was the highest rated priority of the priorities that they had. So if you're not familiar with it, the 5.28 mile trail, it rings the Central Business District. It is meant for pedestrians, cyclists. It's meant for tourists. It's meant to activate the sidewalks along the trail. It's meant to limit access to cars for that particular route, and it's meant to allow for extensions off of that particular route into the rest of the city. So I think that it'll be great for commuters. I think it'll be great for tourists. I think it'll be great for residents, because there'll be restaurants and coffee shops and all kinds of placemaking along the route. And I think it's good for the planet for us to get out of cars. I think it's good for our physical health to get us moving around and not sitting in our cars. And I think it's good for community. As the web building says, what is a city but its people? I would totally agree with that. And the more we get out of our cars and we talk to one another, and the more we get out of our smartphones, and the more we talk to one another, I think that only sets the city and each neighborhood up for more success. Did you have something? No? Okay. Keep going. So let's see. We also, yesterday, we've been really busy. Really busy. Yesterday we attended a community benefits agreement summit, and that was really interesting too. I had kind of heard a smattering of the various kinds of agreements that the developers have with the city and developers have with the community, but it was really neat to get a top-down overview and just to start, from step 1 and understand how developers interact with the city and the community. So this actually, in many ways, ties to the East Central Area Plan. So one more plug for the East Central Area Plan. The document has been the conversation has been in process for 2.5 years, and the document is meant to be a celebration, a documentation, literally the celebration of the conversation between developers, government, and neighbors. And so again, it's really important for you to be involved and for you to have your voice heard. And so there are development agreements, which are the relationship between the city and developers. There are also community benefits agreements, which are the relationship between the community and developers. And again, the East Central Area Plan is showing the conversation between all three entities. Seems like we did something else yesterday too. So we also we joined a community discussion on the health effects of climate change, and so climate change is real. And then I remember because I was in the news on this one. Lyft. We went to the state capitol yesterday. This is how nuts the schedule is. Is that this happened 24 hours ago, and I'm already forgetting it. And I was in the news multiple times as a result. But so Lyft has announced that they are providing a fleet of 200 electric vehicles. They happen to be Kias. I don't remember the exact model, but they have 200 electric vehicles that Lyft is providing to drivers for a flat fee, and all of the vehicles are electric, and so we're taking more cars, more inefficient gas cars, and replacing them with quieter, more environmentally friendly electric cars. So I recognize that that is not everything. That I mean, I don't think that that's the silver bullet that will fix climate change and safety, and but what I do see is I see that Lyft is doing what it can in its business model to make this planet a better place, and we all need to step up. For me, figuratively, but we all need to step up. And I mean, as individuals, we need to do our part for the planet and for community and for safety. I also think that corporations, I don't want the dialogue or the conversation, the political conversation, just be about us as individuals, because we need companies to step up too, and we need companies to do their part to help the planet, and for personal safety, and so I see that this is a company that's doing business in Colorado and Denver doing its part. So so it's a friendly challenge, I would say, and I think the governor mentioned this yesterday as well. It's a friendly challenge for all the other companies. We can embrace climate change individually and collectively, and if you are a business in District 10 or want to do business in District 10 and are interested in getting more climate friendly, let us know, and we'd love to help. Yes, we have 3 minutes left, and lucky me, so today is a very special day, at least according to the notes. Today is a great day because we're having two guests join us later this afternoon. I'm sorry they weren't able to join us right now, but we're having former Councilwoman Jeannie Robb and her former aide Nora here in the office. So I think it's important, obviously, for us to know and understand what's happening in District 10 today. I think it's also important for us to have some institutional knowledge. And Councilwoman Robb represented District 10 before my predecessor, Wayne New. So it'll be really interesting to hear her thoughts and perspective. And I'm hearing the bells toll. So really sorry that we're leaving, and I'm sorry that we spent 10 minutes talking about. Oh, I saw that. I'm sorry we spent 10 minutes talking about the district to ourselves and not live. I do want to give you one more shout out. This weekend, we are having the World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims. So that's on Sunday. There'll be a candlelight vigil at the Voorhees Memorial, which is it's in the Capitol area, but it's in Civic Center Park. So, but Civic Center Park goes all the way from city and county to the state capitol. Anyway, we're also unveiling an art piece that's dedicated to traffic victims, which was created by a District 10 constituent, Joe Wood, who also works as a city council aide for Councilwoman Debbie Ortega. So please come, and thank you for watching. Oh, when is the time and date? Do you have for the?
It's Sunday, I believe it's 5 p.m.
Sunday 5 p.m. is the World Day of Remembrance Vigil, and we'll definitely have it on the Facebook page. So please come. Please remember all the people who have sacrificed their lives, and let's make sure that we don't have more. Let's limit that as quickly as we can. So again, Chris Hinds, Denver City Council District 10. Thanks for watching.